She's hiding. Oh, shocker. She's always doing something. I have a new planner that's made by the silly woman that's hiding. By our beautiful, oh, wow, that wasn't beautiful. I said beautiful when you made that face. By our beautiful Dr. Pamela. It's called Live the Adventure. It is an upgrade to, I actually have the old one sitting right here. So we can do a comparison. This was the old one. This is the new one. This one's much bigger. This one's a little hard to carry around. That was our first version.
Yes.
That was our learning version. So, oh my gosh, it's so heavy.
The old cell phone, the brick phone, or the tiny little flip phone, right?
Yeah, so now we have the new streamlined version of the planner. And we've got Miss Jazzy Sue's artwork on there. Thank you,
Hey,
Jazzy. And yeah, I'm so excited. I haven't decided if I'm going to start it in June or if I'm going to keep it and start in January. But the best thing about this one is you can buy it now and start it now, or you can start it whenever because it's fillable. It has, let me find a calendar. There it is. You can put your own numbers in.
It's so pretty.
And it's 13 months.
Woohoo!
So you can start it anytime, buy another one, buy a few for your friends.
Right?
Yes. And gee, who says that? Oh, it says right here. There it is. Dr. Pamela Nichol.
Oh.
You cannot be around her for very long without hearing this. And if you don't hear it, you're not listening. So,
my gosh.
Tell me
about actually here.
It's nice and soft. I like that we did the matte because I like that matte finish.
I do too. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here.
I love it because it's not just a planner, and I'll let you talk more about it, but there's goals in here. There's everything. If you know Dr. Pamela, she doesn't do anything small. I've learned that in my life. Anytime she goes to something new, a workshop, a conference, on any kind of adventure, I always know we're doing something new. And I love it. She keeps it interesting. But, what is your favorite thing that's in here? Ha.
Oh my gosh, my favorite thing? Yeah. How could I even begin to?
I know.
Well, I love let me find one that I can just pull to really quick. So every week of the month.
Yes.
So like here's a week one where it says my intention.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts is being able to, not just live my week like, just shoot from the hip, right? But to really be mindful of setting that intention because, my father always said, time is happening.
Right.
It's already happened. So why don't you utilize it wisely? It's going to happen anyway. So do what you want with it. And he pretty much lived his life that way. He did what he wanted with his time. And to me, that is about setting intentions and not just letting the week demand of you, but you demand of the week, right? So I like being able to do that. And then there is a reflection question. And on this page, it says, living in alignment with the truth means speaking your truth. Ask yourself, am I willing to say what I'm thinking? Why or why not? So I love these type of questions that are on there. I think it makes us be more reflective, which makes us be more empowered during the week. And I also love this part that we were able to leave this blank because then it doesn't matter when you buy it. You don't have to get it in January to have it be useful for a long time. And if you missed a month, it's okay. You just keep keep going, right?
Yeah.
So I like how we laid it out that way,
Yeah.
and all the note pages. But I gave one to my soon-to-be daughter-in-law. At least that's how I call her. And
Right.
she said, "You did this? You put all this? This is amazing, Mom." And she said, "I'm doing this. This is going to help me get done with school this year. I'm going to use this to pace myself with school."
Good.
Well, I never really thought about it that way, like
Mhm.
helping somebody pace themselves with school. But the whole beginning of the book is things that I use on a daily basis to keep me
Right.
motivated.
Right.
And then a mini course, if you want to call it that, on goal setting and goal achieving.
Right.
So those are some of my favorites.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I like that you included the little goal setting, like the mini goal setting course, because if you're going to even plan your year, what a great way to start that. And it's not something, even if you've already used the planner, it's kind of cool to look back after you've gone the whole way through the planner and then look at that, what you started with, and go, okay, what of that did I accomplish? And then do it again, buy another one and do it again, and have a whole stack of these. That's the great thing about them, is these will be out there forever and we'll be able to get them. But I have put in the description, the link is there for the Kindle and the paperback, because you can get it on the Kindle, but it's not quite as fun if you.
Well, it's hard to you can do it on the Kindle for sure. But if you're going to be utilizing it to help organize your day or your month, it's not as easy to utilize. It's not impossible, but it's a lot better when you have actually something in hand that you can use. And you're right, like the evening routine, the morning routine, you're going to use that for the rest of your life, hopefully. Well, and it'll really help you be productive with your entire day as you're organizing. So that's why we stuck that in there. There are all kinds of questions, Q&As in here within the goal achieving course that's in there. Like here's one that's just on personal growth. What classes or courses will I take? So what are you planning on taking to continue your education?
Right.
What meetings will I attend or create? And I loved that question. Like, not just attend, but create. What podcasts, YouTube shows will I tune into weekly? See, these things all help us keep moving forward in life and running after not running after like I can't catch my dreams. They're running so far ahead of me.
Right.
But running with our dreams, or even like running in front and saying, "Come on, dreams, let's go!" Right? It's these type of things that will continue to encourage us along the way. So all of these wonderful questions that you really can answer, and you know what? There's plenty of space that you can answer it now and then re-answer it later. I know of one person that told me this. They have the brick version, the big old brick version. And they said that they actually made copies of some of this stuff so that they could like reuse certain sections. So, I love the whole thing. I use it. That was the whole reason I said to Nichol, I mean, if I could remove my camera right now and show you all the piles. Hey, I see that. Raj, hello. Welcome, welcome. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for joining. If I could show you guys the piles of planners and schedulers that I have had and journals that I have had, and I'm kind of like hooked on them. I just get them and get them and get them. But the whole purpose is I'm looking, what do I like? What do I not like? So this is not just something that I just threw together. This took a year to create?
Yeah. And then when we condensed it, that took another 6 months just to condense it, because it was like, well, what can we take out? What can't we take out? What do we need to change? What do we need to add? And there's, at the end of each month, there's a journal page in there as well. So you can kind of recap your month and, think about that's the one thing that I really like about it. What I thought it was important when we put it together. You said about the space that's in there. A lot of planners that I see give you lines to write on that are this big, and for somebody that likes to write, it doesn't give me enough room. So that was one thing that when we talked about it, I was like, okay, when I put when I format it, I wanted to make sure people had room. You give them a question and then you give them this long of a line to answer. No, that doesn't work. If it's a yes or no question, that works. But that's one thing, and I know you want people to go deep with it. You want people to really think about it. So if you just give them a short line, then they're not going to do that. So that was something we really wanted to do and give people the space to use it. And I think that's why the first one was a brick. Because we wanted to give them all that space.
We wanted you to have so much space to write and create. We didn't care that it was going to be 100 pounds. Right. And then we thought, hey, it's exercise. Do your curls. Nicole, guess what I'm doing? I'm doing my curls with my planner. Now, I love the fact that we have the planner in here. It says 13-month fillable planner, including motivational and success tools.
Yes.
It is not just a calendar.
No.
It's not just a planner.
No.
But it is showing you literally how to live your adventure and giving you all the tools. And I like to give all the credit to God. Yes. I want to be honed in on him and what he's telling me to do. And we can get so busy in our life doing the Lord's work that we forget to, really organize our time. And then we're not as effective for the things of God, or just for our business purposes, our family purposes. This will show you how to be productive and not just filling stuff out that doesn't mean anything, or just my doctor's appointments. I mean, you can go and get something at CVS or Walgreens for that. This is going to take you to the next level. And I worked really hard to put everything in there that I love. To make this seriously just a compilation of what I think makes the best journal, planner, scheduler that everybody needs to have and can give us gifts and all of that. So I'm excited, Nicole, that we have the second edition out. I am using it. I want y'all, and Nicole's using it. We want you all to use it. And on top of that, when you get one, you get to help bring this book to the world, because as we grow and as it becomes that international bestseller, wouldn't that be awesome to have a Live Your Adventure planner, scheduler, goal course, all of that become a bestseller? I just think that would be so cool. So I'm calling it in that this is an international bestseller. So when you are doing that, purchasing one, you are helping me fulfill my dream. I'm already an international bestseller multiple times, but never on something like this, which to me, this is like laying out your life so that you can do exactly what I like to say. You can live your purpose by design. So I'm super excited, Nichol, about this. I'm thankful for all your work helping me put this together. I'm a real visionary, y'all. And I've been partnered with this powerful woman here who takes my vision that I see out in the clouds someplace and can help me pull it in from the ether or from the spirit and put it in something tangible so that we can all better our lives together. So that's my story. And as Les Brown says, I'm sticking to it.
Yes. Well, I was looking, I think there's at least 3 little mini courses in this book. So that's
3. What are they?
Well, you have you're so funny. So you'll have you talk about personal growth in here. You talk about evening and morning routines.
That's true.
And then you talk about goal setting. And then you actually also have a little mini version of your vision boards.
That's right. We did stick the vision
Yes.
boards in there.
Right.
Wow. So
Yeah.
4 courses
Yeah.
in
this
one book.
Yeah. Plus a planner.
Plus a planner.
Craziness. Yeah.
Party
So
Town
get your
USA.
copy. Go get it now.
Yeah,
Go.
get your copy. Go. And
Yeah.
then
Great size.
post it. Once you, like, once you get it, like, take a screenshot of that or something and post it, and make sure that when you actually, well, if you have the Kindle, post a picture of that. If you get this in the mail, would you post a picture of that and tag me in it, or tag the Pamela Show in it, Purpose by Design, whatever. Tag us, tag Nichol, and so we can celebrate with you. And yeah, use that hashtag Purpose by Design, or just Purpose. That would be awesome. Is there anything else, Nichol, you think that we should say or talk about before we wrap it up?
I don't think so. We've got more books on the way.
Woo!
Look for more in the next couple weeks.
In the next couple of weeks, there will be more coming to you. But there won't be another planner. Not for a while.
Not another planner. No.
Not another planner. This is it for a while. So
yes.
Get this. And you know what? It's so light. It's so light. I'm holding it right now. And even though it's thicker and a little bit bigger, I didn't want anything super small. It's hard when you get a planner and they, like you said, you have these little teeny boxes and stuff. So this is really easy to carry. I know it's old school, but old school is still a good school. So get the planner.
Yes.
You're blessed. Thanks, everybody.
Yay. Oh, now she's going to hide again. Bye, y'all. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.
I'm so excited for you.
I am super excited, Nichol. Forgive me, everybody. My voice is a little scratchy here, but I am so excited to be re-releasing Captivated.
Yes.
To find the video that you had taken of me the first time we got this printed.
When you're unboxing.
Yes, the original. Because I thought that would have been fun for us to watch today. So you'll have to find it, and then
find it,
and then we can play it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited. So we are launching your expanded edition.
Yes.
Meaning an additional chapter.
Woohoo!
You've added discussion and reflection questions.
Yeah.
You've added action items. And you've added journaling space. So it's twice the size of your original book. And I was trying to remember today, when did you release that original book?
Right in the middle of COVID, because my family was all sick. So it was in the fall of 2020.
Okay. So it's been a little while, and that was your first ever.
Yes, first
that book. Launched you as an author.
Woo-hoo.
And what you've added to it makes it a completely different book, really. You have expanded, every chapter is expanded because you've added those questions and the reflection on it. And we're also eventually going to be adding a little something else to go along with this book, which is going to be even better. So you guys will have to watch for that. But right now, so tell us a little bit about this book. I know it birthed out of a part of your life where you were literally captivated, but innerly captivated as well.
Yeah. So originally, when I started the book, I was unable. Well, I don't want to say I was unable to walk, meaning it was impossible for me to walk.
Right.
But walking, I really couldn't. And that is because I had injured my back, and it was pretty bad. So I was so frustrated, Nichol. And I'm sorry, you guys, I sound kind of, nasally, and that's just the way it is today.
Exactly.
I was so I was so hurt and upset. And why am I in this chair? And why am I not getting out of this chair? And isn't the healing power of God real? And all of this. And my mentor at that time, the late Joe Jordan, who I called Papa, gave me a call, and I was like, oh yes, Papa Joe, he's going to give me some incredible word, and he's going to pray a heaven and earth moving prayer, and I'm going to rise up out of this chair. And he said, Pamela, this one you're going to have to walk out by faith. I was so mad, Nichol. But Joe was so right.
Yeah.
He was so right.
Right.
And that night when everybody was asleep, and I talk about it in the book, I heard the Holy Spirit. He spoke to my heart and he said, you can be captive to this injury or captivated by me.
Right.
And I was like, okay, hands down, if I'm going to be in this chair healing, whatever else I'm going through, I might as well be captivated by God. Mm-hmm. And so as an audience of one to him, I began my journey of being captivated, where he taught me things, timeless truths out of his precious word. And it really was monumental in my faith as I moved forward in faith, in regards to healing, in regards to just how real he is. Not that he wasn't real before, because he absolutely always has been to me, but there was this new level of awareness and power of prayer. And so I wanted to share that with people so that they could as well learn about this level of spirituality, the power of prayer, and all of that. It's so important, right? And so when we redid it, re-released it, I wanted it to be more of a Bible study type of thing, right? Or a book study, might even be a better way to put it, where people could use it one-on-one, or they could use it in a group. And I just want to read something to you out of it. And this is from the last chapter, called Captivate Me. There is no situation or circumstance that God cannot handle. As a captivated audience, God was able to remind me of his timeless truths on faith and taking our delegated authority. You see, authority's been given to us, but we actually have to walk with it. And then I was going to read the end of it. Like, I'm reading you the end of the book. Choosing to be captivated allows sight through his lens of life, which makes you a world changer. And isn't that what the world needs? People of God, not dominated or captive by the enemy, but instead trudging right through the storm and disarming it. And that, to me, is what the nutshell is of this book and why I created it. And so I believe that anybody who reads it, this book has helped me through so many things, Nichol. When I went through COVID, when I went through my surgery, I had this book. I had no idea when I wrote this book I would be one of the biggest beneficiaries of this book. And when I went back through it and redid it, again, I just received so much out of it. God is amazing. I see somebody put that up there. God is amazing. Yes. And I see all kinds of awesome comments, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting your copy. But I do believe that this book is going to be a blessing to you. It's going to help you through dark spaces. It's going to help you to have graces in those spaces. And when I release the journal soon, that'll be going along with it, I think it's really going to just help push you forward in the things of God in your life, and really choose to be captivated. When we are captivated, we are not looking at the circumstances. Even like right now, I have a circumstance in my sinus, right? But instead of being captive to things around us, we become captivated as an audience of one to him. And we see the world and situations through his eyes and not our own. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And I'm so blessed to see everybody here today. Thank you, everyone.
Well, yeah, and it was a moment of, it was a huge change for you in a lot of areas. I mean, but it was a huge change in ministry for you as well, because you were a senior pastor, and I'm not trying to give away your whole story.
That's okay.
Okay, give it. Because there's so much more in the book. So you have to get it because of if for the reflection questions alone. But you were a senior pastor at the time. And when you're a senior pastor, you're the lead of a church. And you didn't have a choice but to lean on your core group.
My dream team.
Right. That's what you called us. And that's not always easy. And yes, you had faith in those few that you had brought together, but you literally had to trust them with it all because you couldn't do services. You couldn't show up and be there to see what was going on. You literally had to go, okay, do what you got to do. I trust you. And that is not easy for anybody, let alone somebody that it's y'all's church. You birthed it.
Yes.
And it was yours. And my husband's going to pop in here in a second to join us for the live as part of DNP, but also as part of, he's part of this book almost because, we all are, because of what you went through in this process, but it gave you what you needed and the tools that you needed to be able to step into your next. And I love that about, it was not the easiest time in your life for sure, but it shows how God can take that circumstance that is not fun,
right,
and is a struggle, but can bring out so much out of it, because we released your original book during COVID, which nobody was having fun then.
No, I think we sold like 10 books
right
in the launch week, and we couldn't even mail them because remember, you couldn't open anything, and if you touched it, you had to spray it down. I'm like, seriously?
Right.
So we ended up selling a lot of them, but it wasn't over the launch. So I was just kind of chuckling at the fact that today I get up and I'm all nasally and it's like my Captivated launch. And I'm like, excuse me.
Right.
But you know what? The one thing though, before I know you're going to bring Pastor D on, but that you mentioned, and I just wanted to share this so that we can give him the stage as he comes on, is you're right. During this time in my life, everything was in transition. And I was not used to, I was more than willing to delegate, but I was not used to having to delegate everything at once. And I was put in a place where I had to delegate everything at once, from taking care of Sunday sermons to hospital visits. So I was really, things were as crazy. I didn't have a kitchen. And so had I even been, if I had been in a better place, crock pots are my thing, but I'm like, I have no kitchen. I have no oven. I cannot drive. I have kids. It's summertime. It was the only 4th of July ever that I, quote, missed. And I didn't really miss it because friends came to the house and gave fireworks to me here. But it was insane, all the crazy stuff that was going on. And I remember the Holy Spirit prompting me to have my dream team, which was my pastoral staff, over to the house and to bring us closer and unite us. And it was in that time that we were like, we don't bow down to the enemy. We press forward. We are a united force with a united front. And that I needed everybody to be in unity, and you needed to take the baton from me. But that was that. So this covers a lot of that in there. But you're right. It was very much transitional, and it was very bumpy, right? Hey, Pastor Donato, who is soon to be Dr. Donato in just a couple of weeks, and was my successor at Victory Celebration Church. Welcome, Dee.
So glad to be here. So excited for you to get this relaunched and out there so people can benefit from everything. And what a time that was that you went through there. And it kind of speaks to all of the different things that we go through in our lives, right?
Yeah.
And how when we're going through something, we don't see the benefit in it, right? We're going through something and we're seeing all the turmoil and we're wondering, why is this happening to us?
Yeah.
But you did something about that, and you made a book about the experiences to lead and guide people. And that's the kind of thing that we're really supposed to be here for, is that, yeah, it's not cool to go through, hard times. And we always wonder why, but it's for the future of somebody else. So when somebody else is going through something, now you've got a tool, right, that was made to help people through it. Some other people might just have that experience so that they can minister one-on-one to them, but that's the thing. We're all supposed to do something with our experiences along the way, both good and bad, right?
Oh, that's so
And
good.
benefit other people, around. So it's
Who's
just
that?
so awesome.
Who's that guy?
Yeah,
You wrote the foreword here.
I did.
And Jen Trengel Reverend Jen gave me an endorsement on the book as well. But could I just ask you a question? Why did you write the foreword? Was it just because you like me?
Well, yeah, of course. No, I mean, it's kind of like what I just said. I mean, you're equipping people with the tools that are necessary to better themselves in life, to encourage them, to motivate them, and to just help everyone, right? One of those quotes that I like, and I never get it right here, but it's don't let the grave rob you of all of those different things in life,
Yes.
and it's just so true. So many people go to the grave with not having wrote a book, with not having to have witnessed or preached or so many things, invented something. It doesn't matter, right? We all have gifts, talents, and abilities, and we need to use those. And your instrument was this book. Other people's are many other things. We just got to find those things, and we got to step out in faith, and we got to apply ourselves and do it.
True.
Right? It's not just faith, it's faith with works.
Amen. Amen. Oh, that's so good. And faith without works is
Dad.
I was just listening to I was actually part of a study where we were studying the word works and the faith without works. The works, the meaning of that word has to do with your calling. Think about that. So as you just said, when you just brought up works in this book, it made me think like, yeah. So my works that go with my faith will be different than somebody else's. But faith without works is lifeless.
Yep.
Right. That is
At
so
the same
true.
time, we can't just try to do something and not have the faith to go along with it as well, right?
Right. And I think about this book being the jumpstart to so much. Like I had no idea when I was putting it together that unfolding in these pages would be DNP. Right? Unfolding in these pages would be Nichol would be all that you do for so many. I'm not taking credit for anything here. I'm giving all the glory heavenward. But when this rolled out, that this meant so much more than any of us did. I look at all the books behind you, Nichol. I see the books behind me. You have more behind you than I do, but that's because you've worked on so many different projects. And now you guys, as a couple, are manifesting a publishing company. You have it and you're printing books. I just think, okay, no wonder there has been such warfare over me getting this book out, not once, but twice. Because if in book 1 release, we got all that we have right now, what is going to happen in book 2? Faith without works. Thank you, Pastor Donato, for saying that. That blessed me.
Yep.
Well, Nichol, what are you thinking?
I love everything you guys. I missed something that you guys were saying. Your husband just put dead.
Faith without works is
Is
right.
dead. Right? I love it. Yeah, no, and there's just so much packed in this little book. I mean, it's just, yeah, like you said, what has grown out of that moment in time. It's like I said, yeah, and yeah, all the books behind me, and I think I'm even missing a few back there. That's all in a year, and it just, yeah, and you have radio shows and a couple other things, and I have to mute his mic. It's just, yeah, if you put it, I sat down and like looked at it all at the end of the year, and I still want to put something together to show my year, but
you should do that.
I know, and I need to, and I'm too busy, which is awesome. I'm okay that I'm too busy to do something like that, but I'm gonna do it just for the fun of it, just for, you know, for me to have.
Yes.
But yeah, everything you've done, the places you've spoken, you preached in Pakistan. I mean, it's just amazing what has come out of a pandemic, for crying out loud, and what came out of you being stuck in a chair for a summer. I mean, it's just amazing. I can't think of any words for it because it's just astounding what God can do when you let him.
Oh, amen, Nichol. Amen.
And it's such a testament. And everybody goes through stuff, be it minor, be it major. And you can take those little things or those big things, and you can either let them ruin everything and become nothing, or you can take those moments in time and let them stretch you, let them grow you, and one, learn from them, but also see what it can do for you. And for you, you took that time and used it to grow and to soak in absolutely everything that God wanted to give you. And I mean, you could have sat in that chair and binged TV shows and ate whatever you wanted to eat and came out of the chair feeling gross because you've gained 40 pounds because you were stuck in a chair and eating whatever you wanted.
Right.
And literally no better off than when you went in the chair. And it would have been for nothing. And it wouldn't have done you any good if not, and nothing else. You would have came out of the chair worse than you went in. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They get in that circumstance and go into the woe is me and the boo-hoo pity me, and they do nothing with it. And it's, you took that, you heard what Papa Joe said. And like you told me, you were like, I got mad and was like, really? How dare he say something like that? But I mean, and yeah, anybody would automatically go, I wanted some pity.
Yeah.
I wanted somebody to go, oh, they're there. And that's not what he gave you, but it's not what you needed at that time.
And I needed a reality check and a spiritual reality check.
You did. And you have to, and you search out people in your life that will give that to you. And you call it people that have call me on the carpet status. Yes. And I love that. And we have that relationship, which I love. But you have to have those people in your life. If you have people in your life that are just constantly agreeing with everything you say, then you're not growing. And I love that he was so connected this way.
Yeah.
And through this it's not that you weren't connected this way, but man, how much closer you got because you let that be your moment to get even closer.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I was upset. I was mad. How could I, who's been serving in the ministry all these years, end up in this place? And aren't I the one that God says, pick up your mat and walk? Why am I still here? I was so angry. I hate pain medicine. I hate it because it makes me feel out of control. I don't like anything that makes me feel out of control of myself. But I had no choice because the pain was horrendous. It was like, take the pain medicine and be goofy or be in pain. I was so angry, and I couldn't do my job as a mom, as a wife. I couldn't do my job as a pastor the way I wanted to. People would come over to say hello, and my house was gutted. Okay. Hi, Pastor, we're here to bring you a cup of tea, and my house is gutted, and I don't even have a chair for them to sit in, kind of thing. It was awful. But when Joe said that, it did make me mad, but it brought me back to the point of, in life, everybody, there are things that happen. God says he works all things out for good for those that love him, period. All things. But you do have to look for the silver lining. Somebody put a quote up, it's universal waves. And I love that, because you know what? We can either look at a situation and allow it to take us south, or we can look at a situation and allow it to push us north. And when I heard the voice of God say, be captivated to me or be captive, they are the same words, except for one letter, really, right? And yet they have two completely different meanings. And so in life, that's where we need to make our stand. Are we going to be captive to the crap that happens, or are we going to rise above it, put it in our toolbox, and as Pastor Donato put it so beautifully, allow it to be something that will push us forward, and that it can be a lesson, not just for us, but for others as well. And that's my heart for Captivated. And I'm just so thankful. I'm looking at all of these wonderful comments. And I did see Prasanna was back, and now I'm looking for her name. There she is. Hello, my dear. Welcome back again. And we still need to connect, not just on Facebook Lives. But thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for those of you saying that you got your copy. It means the world to me. And I appreciate it. Help me take the Captivated message all around the globe by purchasing one, or just sending the link to somebody, because what did we end up at the price, Nichol, for the Kindle copy?
The Kindle is $2.99.
$2.99. So you can get that. Of course, this copy is available too, but for $2.99, I'm telling you, it'll change their lives. It changed mine, and it's still changing mine. So I appreciate you guys so much. I don't have any other closing comments except thank you, Donato. Pastor D, anything else on your heart?
No, I mean, I like that part too. You guys were talking about the calling on the carpet. I always say, suck it up, buttercup, right? We all, that's another thing, when we're going through stuff, we don't like to hear that kind of thing, right? But we need to know that if we're talking with someone, that we've kind of given that permission to, or we need to find somebody that we can give that permission to, because we know that they just have our best interests at heart, right?
Right.
And that's just kind of the thing, we need to find good quality people in our lives that can speak into us, and hopefully we can speak into them too or something, but that we can have that sincere relationship with, and we know that that person isn't out to hurt us or anything. They're only here for the betterment, right? And to have us to look at things in a different perspective. So, and I like your word turning around, captive to captivate. That's so true. You get to pick which one.
Are you going to be held by your chains, or are you going to let God set you free and, use this like as a tool to help with that process, right?
Yes. So good, Pastor Donato. Thank you so much. And I just want to thank you and your lovely wife, Nichol, because you have walked with me on this journey from Captivated 1
Yep.
to Captivated 2 and beyond. I wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. And I just pray the biggest God-sized blessings on you and your family and your business. And if you guys need a website out there, if you need somebody to make a book, help you with the book graphics, or even design a book or publish a book, this couple, they're the bomb. And you want to reach out to them. Not only that, they're going to pray you through. And so I don't know how you feel about that, but that I take great comfort in knowing that somebody doesn't just have my back, but they're praying behind my back, this is a good time to be talking behind your back, praying behind your back as well. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. I see all of these amazing comments. You have blessed my heart beyond measure. I appreciate you so much. And I know that God has amazing things in store for you if you will just choose to be captivated. Thank you, everyone. We love you so much.
Go get your copy. See you soon.